Welcome to Spaghetti Shootout. Have you ever had deja vu before? Well, if not, it probably feels like you're having it now because we're headed into another round where Mark has lost the previous, and he's trying to get some consistent tallies in the W column. Will he do it? We'll find out. You know the drill. Our contestants debate their opinions and are awarded points solely at my, Jimmy here, discretion. The real highlight is sure to be the meatball of the month. You've submitted topic ideas in the comments via email, phone, carrier pigeon, and much more. We've selected one to add to the mix. Our Meatball of the Month winners get a prize in addition to the fame. This month's package includes a first ever limited edition Vortex Nation podcast hoodie, but you'll have to wait to see the design. Triumph binoculars, a $100 apparel package, and of course, that cameo from Mark Boardman. We love the comments, so let's see a few from that last episode. At Retired Recon on YouTube, well, this one's too long to read. You're just going to have to hit that pause button, read through it, and be entertained. It was a great one. Here we got Josh H5853. Holy crap, Ryan's grunt and Mark's snortwheeze were outstanding. At Blaine Maxey 4488 says, I'm questioning Jim's place as host after he took the side of goat cheese over blue cheese. Pretty disappointed, to be honest. Well, let me tell you this, Blaine Maxey, I've got a couple questions for you and all those other listeners out there in the comment section saying that blue cheese is good. Blech. And that's it, everybody. It's time to exit the Caveat Corral onto our main street for the big shootout.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're off to a hot start already, I can tell, because Mark walked into this room hot. Now, I might have just thrown Mark off a little bit, though, because if you notice on the scoreboard, Mark already has 3 points. Mark, 'tis the season of giving.
Are these pity points, Jim?
I didn't say they were pity points. You said pity points. I didn't say pity points. I'm just saying that you have 3 to start. That's my gift to you.
It might be the difference.
I wish I could say it's 1 point for every loss you have, but you have far more than that.
Maybe it's points for my lovely sweater vest.
Where did you get that?
Ryan also has a sweater vest on.
Everybody
or not a sweater,
is
regular.
very well dressed today. I'd like to say that, like, to wear this, like, it just exudes confidence, but I actually feel metaphorically castrated by this sweater vest with Christmas balls on it. Yes.
Wow.
I don't know. I think it's festive. It's fun.
Catherine, it's a nice sweater. Thank you for picking it out.
Ooh.
Another point for using the term castrated within like the first minute and a half.
Appropriately.
Yeah? Well, ladies and gentlemen, why don't we just get set off here with topic number 1. Ryan, you're going to start.
Thanks, Jim.
Topic number 1 is, what would Santa's firearm of choice be? Hey, this one's courtesy of Corey Deer on YouTube. That's a heck of a last name.
Yeah, there's a lot to live up to.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
We're glad to have him as a listener. It makes sense.
You think he's a whitetail, mule deer, coos deer, roe deer?
Corey's a pretty hip name, you know?
What's a hip deer?
Like a coos deer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Corey, there you have it. You're a coos deer. Okay, what would Santa's firearm of choice be? Ryan, you got 1 minute or so. Begin.
I'd like to think that the person that we think of as Santa now, this jolly old man who just has a ton of joy in his heart, actually comes from a very dark past. And in which he worked clandestine operations all over the world. He's obviously got the vehicle to get him there in a short amount of time, of course. Santa's not going to be packing your run-of-the-mill Glock 19. Santa's going to be packing probably a suppressed FN 5.7. Optics ready. Probably has a Defender CCW on it. He goes with the 3 MOA because the 5.7 is capable of some extraordinary accuracy at distance. 20-round standard magazine, very low recoil, very controllable gun, hyper accurate, terminal performance is exceptional. Santa rocks 5.7. I'm sticking with it.
All right, Mark, what do you got?
I mean, I'm not going to say that doesn't make sense. Santa's been around a real long time, Jim. He's kind of a traditionalist. He's going with a stagecoach style 12 gauge with buckshot. The guy's surrounded by deer constantly. You think those things don't ever get out of hand?
You think he's not tempted every now and then?
You know, I mean, maybe you slip on a roof, you break a leg. You're going to have to do something about it.
We have Donner and Blitzen and all the other deer names. They're like Donner 7.
The 7th. Let's throw this out there.
Yeah, we're going to have to call that one, getting a little out of line.
It's a stagecoach gun. He's basically in a stagecoach. It all matches up. Anyway, if he gets into a pickle, guess what? He's in somebody's house, dude. This is close in work. Buy a shotgun. Santa's running the shotty, 12 gauge, buckshot, close work, and if something goes south with your sleigh of deer, or you gotta maybe provide some sort of correction, it's gonna be the tool for the job.
Maybe for survival, who knows? Wow, all right. Hey, and you guys actually finished with 5 seconds left on the clock. Here comes that whip crack. Bingo, all right. Well, very efficient. Ryan, I'll give you another point just for your efficiency.
Thanks, Jim.
In getting done so soon. But Mark, still, you're up 23 to Ryan's 16.
I should like the way that feels. I don't like the way that, maybe it's just so unusual.
You seem a little jittery right now.
Out of sorts.
Well, as we know, Mark needs that little boost.
Did you
Come out swinging.
I'm gassed up.
You prepared?
Yeah, let's go.
I can tell. He already wants topic number 2. Well, Mark, you're going to start off with topic number 2. That one is from Quentin H. This one came via email. Don't forget, folks, you can send in your suggestions for these topics that I'm pitching to Ryan and Mark via email on YouTube in the comments, or Instagram, whatever you feel. Send them in with a hashtag meatball, or use the term meatball at some point in there so we know you're suggesting a topic too. That'd be great. All right, topic number 2. Best hot drink to consume while sitting in a freezing cold deer stand. I think Mark is going to have some opinions on this. Please begin.
Jim, I'm going to go with urine because it's sterile and I like the taste. That's a joke, by the way. I don't want any minus points for fooling about here. Jim, I'm going with some hot tea. Now, you might say, Mark, why aren't you going with coffee? You love coffee, you love caffeine, and Jim, you know I like that bump, and I do. But this is a cold weather day. Coffee/caffeine is a vasoconstrictor. I don't need that when I'm trying to warm up. I'm going with a big jug of hot tea. Now, and I'm going to throw this out there too. In my effort to limit things that I carry into the field when I'm deer hunting, I'm actually probably not going to take a hot thing because I already have enough
that
gear.
Tracks.
No,
that tracks.
I'm limiting gear, and I think it's okay to deny yourself the creature comforts at time. But if I'm going with a hot drink, I'm going with hot tea.
Starts off with urine.
Okay, Ryan.
Comes hot in the middle with hot tea, and then says, I'm not bringing anything.
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest with what's actually going to happen.
Mark is on a gear reduction thing, but we do know who Mark is. And if he was to bring hot tea, he would have some Earl Grey style butler that would come with him into the deer mansion that you hunt out of, and he would pour your tea for you.
We get him the camo gloves.
It all fits. I get it. It all fits. Jim, this is going to sound a little bit unusual, but I've done this in the past. You know what I really like? I like hot water with a chicken bouillon cube in it.
Oh, look at you.
Yep. So I like coffee too, but if it's going to be like an all-day
stir in a little
sit,
goat's milk, you're on your way.
That sounds terrible. Anyway, hot water, chicken bouillon cube on it, a lot of sodium in there, which is going to keep me hydrated, help me with fluid retention. I am going to enjoy the flavor of chicken bouillon while I'm miserably cold, and it's going to remind me of like warm chicken noodle soup. I don't need Mark's butler to unwrap the little bouillon cube. All good. Thanks, Mark.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
All right. No one said coffee. I don't believe that you wouldn't bring a hot drink with you, Mark. I don't believe
I don't do it. I've got enough going on between a tree stand, your backpack, your calls, just the things, the bare essentials are enough to carry around. I'm not trying to fix myself brunch. I'm trying to kill deer, Jim.
All right. All right. Mark will forego the hot drink, but I tell you what, he's probably going to have a spare set of boots, maybe a spare weapon.
In the truck.
Oh, right. Finally got that spare tire out of the bed of your truck, so there's room. Okay, we still have Mark ahead, despite a wavery.
That's not a waiver. That was just honesty.
It was bizarre.
I should get points for still continuing my mission to pare back when I bring it in the field.
I mean, you can say that you're on a mission. We got to see results, Mark.
Mark brought an 8-pound sandbag with him when we were deer hunting.
So Mark has 33. Ryan has 29, and he is going to start the next round. Okay, so topic number 3 is coming up.
Big as sand, man.
Describe each other as a vortex scope.
Oh, wow, Ryan. Thank you for
Sorry,
reading
Jim.
the
it
question
just
before I got to it.
it
Minus
caught-
points.
it
What do you
caught
think?
me
I'm the
off
captain.
guard.
I'm the captain. Joshua Kim, 397 from YouTube. As Ryan already said, describe each other as a vortex scope. Ryan, you're starting it off. Please begin.
I have to be careful with this one because I love Mark and I love Vortex. I want to use humor and parody to play off this, so I'm just going to throw the kitchen sink at it. If Mark was a scope, he'd be an XM157.
Ooh.
Dude, I'd take that as the highest compliment.
Not only is he a wealth of information packed into one compact unit, but he's also
Emphasis on compact.
he's also proprietary in nature, very secretive and elusive. You can't touch him, and he carries with him a tremendous amount of technology everywhere he goes, and is a viable solution in the field. There's no question about it. Comes in fun color, and yes. And all the work is set up and ready to rock and roll for you when you get rocking and rolling with it.
Thank you, Ryan. Oh my
very
gosh, it
nice,
is the
very
giving
nice.
season, the season of giving compliments. Thank you,
Yeah.
Ryan.
I'm going to
wow.
wait till he digs into that a little bit and he realizes it's a slight. But go
I
ahead.
know. Am I that dense?
No, play. Go ahead. Actually, the XM157 is very lightweight. Please, your time.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir.
Boy, I tell you what, my good friend Ryan is very practical. He is efficient, and he's a little bit of an old soul. He's a bit of a traditionalist, so I'm going to describe him. But he also has modern flair and a lot of modern knowledge. Jim is tired of the compliments, but Ryan, I'm going to give you the title of the Viper HS 2.5 to 10. I mean, Ryan, whatever, whoever you are that I talk to every day. The Viper HS 2.5 to 10. I thought I called him Jim. Maybe not. Play the tape.
Did you?
But Ryan, I'm going to give you the title. I'm calling my own fouls here. Viper HS 2.5 to 10. Incredibly functional, incredibly practical, great for short range, great for moderate ranges where you don't generally extend your effective range in the field. It's a great scope. Gets it done every time.
Thanks, Mark.
All right. At the end, topic number 3. Mark, you've fallen
Son of a
behind
bee sting. Wow.
by 2. Kind of wasted a little bit of time there. Not gonna lie, there's no other way to describe it. You wasted a little bit of time there at the beginning. You only have 45 seconds to get your point out. But let's move on to topic number 4 and see what happens, shall we? You'll be starting this round, Mark. John D. Chaffin from YouTube says, how does your opponent explain to the office that they didn't get a deer? Well, Mark, you may be living in this reality. I hate to air your dirty laundry here for you, but why don't you tell us how you explain to the office that you didn't get a deer?
Jim, I feel like this topic was maybe a little bit targeted towards me. I passed some deer. I decided not to shoot some deer, some does on opening day of rifle. I passed a nice little buck opening day of rifle. That was my choice. I also...
How do I explain I don't get a deer?
Oh, how does Ryan explain? Your opponent?
Give him a few extra seconds.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't even notice that as well.
Yeah, Ryan got one. He got 2.
Oh, Mark, you're...
Let's say he
he
didn't.
He would just say that he was being choosy and didn't selectively harvest the right deer.
Give him
the
more
right
time. He's got more in him. Mark.
Yeah, come on.
over.
You got
hold on. Time out.
You got a
No.
little more time.
How,
Do you
I
see
didn't
this
get
was-
a deer.
I
didn't get a
forgot
deer
the
last year.
opponent
Why
thing.
didn't I get a deer last year,
Why didn't
Boardman?
Ryan get a deer?
Ryan would explain that he was selflessly helping other hunters all season long
There it is.
and simply didn't have enough time to get out himself when in reality he just didn't care enough to make the
That's
effort.
what I wanted.
Ooh, there it is.
Give me an
Mark.
adversary.
There
Anything
it
else?
is.
Boy, that one twisted me all up. You know what? I've taken up enough of everybody's time. Just
I liked it.
proceed.
I liked it.
All right. You get an extra point for me also not noticing the blender there at first.
I'm going to jump into character.
Please begin.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, your mark.
So, here's the deal. All right. I had a sick piece of public. All right. It was a really cool piece of public. And I snuck in there, dude. I didn't see any people. Saw a ton of buck sign, dude. Like buck sign everywhere, right? I'm up there, and it's like, dude, he just couldn't. I couldn't make it happen. Like I grunted at him, and he didn't look or whatever, and like I just didn't feel the shot. You know what I'm saying? And so like I went to my buddy AJ's place, and
Which I've never hunted for deer, by the way.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
went to my buddy AJ's place, and like I don't even know what happened. Okay, like I couldn't find my release, and I had to use a different release, and it was like a whole thing, and I just. I don't know, dude. And the girls, they're getting bigger, so I got to do like dad stuff and whatever. And I've been gone a lot, so yeah.
Oh gosh, that was too good.
I
Marcus.
I just have one question, Ryan. Were you there?
I have been there.
It's like staring in a damn mirror.
When I saw that come up, I figured Mark was going to sit there and go like, "Yeah, I just didn't go." I thought that's what he was going to say, and it was going to be worth. It was going to be
actually,
worth
that would have been accurate.
It would have been 20 points. Mark forced me to deer hunt this year. I'm glad for it. I'm happy that we did that.
We had a fantastic time.
There was fellowship and brotherhood, and we learned how Mark made his millions. And I can't say I'm surprised. So
Yeah, work's a hobby for me.
yeah.
Okay, Ryan, you are ahead after that phenomenal impersonation of Mark. 58 to Mark's 49. Mark, come on.
I know.
See, now here's the thing. You get to go last. Ryan is going to start off the 5th and final round, and so he's going to show his cards, and then you're going to get the chance to catch up. So, be ready. Be ready. Topic number 5. This is from email from Steve A. Spaghetti Shootout White Elephant.
I have to give you a gift, as I understand.
Is that how it goes?
It is, yes.
See, I don't see the questions before.
I've been.
All I saw was white elephant. I was like, not really a question.
The way
but we're going.
The way I understand the white elephant, we were to select an item already in our possession to bestow upon you, Jim.
Okay, well, let's see it then.
Okay. Can I leave?
Oh, and it's 10 points. So, Jim, at the
10
end of
points
at the end
possible.
of our
So if Ryan gets 0 points for his gift and you get 10, you could win. If Ryan gets 1 point and you get 10, you could tie. But there are no ties.
Can I leave the confines of my spot to? Okay,
All right,
step out of frame.
Proceed.
Jim, have I got a treat for you? I'm so excited about this. I want to.
Ryan, that is wrapped.
No, it's wrapped.
Just
Yeah.
so lovely.
So I want to
Who
thank.
did that?
That would have been our favorite little elves. I don't know how to wrap a present, and that's a true story. I've tried, and it looks atrocious. And I figured presentation is everything with this because this gift, I know you're going to love.
Is it like an old iPad?
It's better than that.
Got a little weight to it.
It does. It's got a little weight.
Now, we did have a spaghetti shootout topic a little while back that talked about what you would get to bribe me in order to win.
This is better.
I'm trying to be real civil about this, but it's,
just
really
tear it
it's
in.
not
Yeah.
working. This Vortex wrapping paper, you know? It's really nice.
Oh, goodness.
That's Mark's
This
laptop.
is Mark's laptop. I knew that this was Mark's laptop
Why
the
would you-
moment I saw it.
Jim, I want you to
I
think about
am
this.
absolutely amazed,
Think of the treasure trove.
and I am so touched that you would give me
If you like a cluttered
Mark's laptop.
desktop,
Yes.
you're going to love this.
Think of the treasure trove of tabs that are somehow open and not crashing it.
What I'm really actually excited for is to see
You can close tabs?
how many meeting notifications
Are all
Mark
still
has
there.
left undismissed in
two-
Outlook.
From 2012.
I remember once we went on the Great Reset, and
The Great
well,
Reset.
yeah, but it was a different kind of Great Reset. It was the Great Reset of Mark's Outlook meeting notifications, because you had about 2,696 conservatively up on your desktop. It's a simple dismiss all button, but you didn't.
He hits
I
cancel.
know where that is.
Now you do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Prior to our Great
I
Reset.
use it occasionally.
Occasionally.
When I hit
this is-
when I hit my notification threshold,
This is really great.
I'll drop a bomb on it. Oh, also when they
Yes.
No, password's incorrect.
when
Should I
those
lock it?
you know how like the random pictures come up, and then you're like, oh, that's a lovely picture. There's a little button that you can hit, and it'll be like, oh, you like this picture? We'll send you more of these. I found that out yesterday.
No way.
Yeah.
Very nice. You know that picture pops up mostly when you have been inactive on the computer. So
Well, like
knowing
it'll
that
pop
you've
up
been so
when
inactive
like
at
we
work
get
is
back
kind
from
of
Spaghetti
concerning.
Shootout, when my computer is generally at my desk where I leave it.
Ryan, you're definitely not going to get 0 points or even 1 point for this. That's a pretty great gift, and I'm going to give you out of 10. Do you have? Is this a point?
One more thing.
Is it a gift if it's
one
somebody
more
else's
thing?
property?
Is it that you know his password? Because
I
that's
don't.
going to get you
I
10
don't.
points.
I don't know Mark's password.
Oh, so
Imagine-
he's given you an unusable object.
Jim's very
Oh
smart.
no, I can use this.
Yeah. in there, I want you to think of the notepad function that's on these, and the thousands of notes that have incomplete sentences that you can look and ponder.
It's called
on.
writing in shorthand.
So these are all good things to think of, Ryan.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Jim.
It's
No
not official
password though, so
shorthand.
that's the only issue here.
You
No
know what?
password, not full 10 points for that because I can't get to some of the
I understand.
lovely treasures that lie within. However, just the fact that you did take it and wrapped it and then gifted to me here
wrapped
in
it?
front of Mark.
He wrapped it?
Someone wrapped it. Listen, Mark. He's going to get 7 points for this. I think it's very deserving. All right, Mark.
All right, there we go.
See what you got.
Jim, I think you're gonna like this. And I did wrap this myself.
He pulled out the big dogs. He's got bows on it. And
It's got bows
SpongeBob.
on it and it's SpongeBob. So yeah, you're getting some points there.
I mean, that's 10. That's
For sure.
I mean, that's 10. That's extra credit.
Is it 10?
I think it's at least 10 just
I
for the
haven't
wrapping.
even seen the gift yet.
You don't even need to. It's great.
Now I know I really need to see the gift. Let's see what we got going on in here.
That old dog. Where'd you find that?
Where did you find this?
Jim, that's the butt out
I'm
tool that
aware
I
that this-
found in my backpack that you and Ryan put there to frame me. I can only imagine, we were videoing this hunt, I can only imagine what made it potentially on the video when I wasn't there. That's right. These guys are in cahoots. It's proof positive right here. It's not mine. It's definitely yours now, Jim. You can tell that it's unused, and
You know what's
Ready,
significant
it's about to
this?
be used.
Both of these things that Jim got are in fact yours.
That's true. Ryan and I wondered the whole weekend, knowing where it was placed in your backpack, we wondered the whole weekend why it was that we hadn't gotten a comment on the butt out tool. We thought, did it somehow shuffle its way to the bottom? But no, all along, he was aware of it. He was just plotting something to do.
I did find it post-hunt. It had migrated down a little bit. And like we covered before, I never needed to get to my kill kit that weekend. Therefore, did not discover the planted contraband that you were trying to insinuate that I used. Now, I will say, while I was, in process of wrapping this, I did watch a video, and I was like, it looks like it could actually work pretty slick. And frankly, Jim, I'm going on a mentor deer hunt with our lovely, just Kathleen later today. So I'm going to need that back.
huh?
Yeah.
You can keep his laptop.
The butt out was.
The thing he's most worried about getting back today is the butt out tool and the laptop. Yeah, whatever. So, Mark.
Can I just say one thing on this? We placed it in the lid. I kind of wrapped your sandbag around it so that I knew you were going to take that sandbag out, deliberate on which window you were going to place it, and the hope was, upon withdrawing the 8 pound,
Oh my gosh, it
the
just
8
exposes
pound bag
itself.
of sand, it was going to fall out onto the floor like the bobber that fell out of your pocket while you were chastising
That
me for
wasn't
bobber
mine.
fishing. and it was going to all be on film, and somehow it didn't happen.
I must have just like opened the lid enough to, just.
Ryan, you and I both know that in a stand opening morning with the thought of a deer roaming right by within range of shooting, the North Koreans could land 100 yards from his blind and Mark would not notice.
That's a fact.
So this tumbling out of his pack or working its way to the bottom, I'm not surprised they didn't see it. Mark, for your rapping, which I very much appreciated, and for understanding the fact that I obviously have much more use for this than you this season, I'm going to give you some points. I'm going to give you 8.
Good play.
8 points.
Good play.
Good gift.
Still not enough.
57 to 65. Mark, I tried to tilt the deck in your favor.
Still
I gave
didn't
you
work.
points at the beginning. But alas, Ryan is just such a formidable foe.
He's the champion.
I'm impressed by the gift. I had it in my heart of hearts that that pack was going to sit loaded in your basement until the next time you needed that pack, which is kind of a good whitetail pack. Mm-hmm. And I figured the next hunt would be an archery hunt. You would forego the use of the 8-pound bag of sand. Yank it out of there.
Here's why I brought that. We were hunting in
It was
these
your PRS.
luxurious box blinds. The hikes were basically 0. It's like, why not bring a nice rest to shoot off?
And
It was your
intelligent.
PRS game changer bag, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was intelligent. I knew and I exploited the fact that it's an 8-pound bag of sand. It would be obnoxious to you to carry that thing around. Move that pack. I mean, it weighs more than the pack. You'd like yank it out and it would be on the floor of your basement and you'd sit there like, who am I? And like have like an existential crisis.
Is it mine?
Yeah. Did I do that?
Here, I will say this.
Good play. Good
I will say
gift.
this. So the one time that I did try to use one of these, my brother was like, "This thing's magic. You got to use this thing." I inserted it, gave it a twist
the device.
as you're supposed to, and like I don't know, maybe I just kind of like gave up. I didn't like the way
It made you feel?
that I felt, and then thinking post, I'm like, well, maybe that's me putting my feelings on the deer, and it actually is a very useful tool. So
I didn't like the way it made me feel. There's a little anecdote from Mark, user of a butt out once. Ryan, you get a last crack. It's 1 minute long. Please begin.
As you might have deduced from this, I'm not a major deer hunter, right? I'm not like Mark. I don't go crazy about that kind of thing. But we're coming to a season close. That's the deer season, right? It's the end is nigh. Don't feel like all is lost. You could go ice fishing and you could stare at a hole in the ice for hours at a time watching a float jiggle around while you have a little crappie minnow on there. Or you could go rabbit hunting. And Mark, I'm personally looking forward to rabbit hunting with you because it's the best sport for you and your friends to do during the doldrums of the season. Get out, kick some brush piles, squirt some bunnies out, and enjoy that hunt. It's small game, it's small impact, it's big fun. Rabbit hunt.
we're gonna have some fun.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Jim,
All
you
right.
should come.
Maybe I will.
We'll get you a rabbit-sized,
Oh, that'd be great.
the bunny out.
They hit the bunny out. All right.
Patented.
Well, without further ado, I would say that we're going to put a cap on this spaghetti shootout. Again, happy holidays to everybody, of course. And don't forget, every question that you saw here or topic suggestion came from a viewer/listener. And, well, they get some pretty cool stuff when their topics get used in our spaghetti shootout. So make sure you're doing that in the comments, via email, whatever works best. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
I can't believe you found it.
Oh, I've been.
And he had the
I
patience.
almost said I've been sitting on this thing.
He had the patience
when did
to
you
not
find it?
mention it.
Oh, I knew when to strike.
When did you find
In
it?
fact, I didn't know when the time to strike was going to be, but then
You knew there would be
once
a
this
time
came
to
to be the
strike.
thing, I was like, yes, this is it.